Hey everyone, I am back doing another cleaning video. Got the Trackhawk here. This is not very like me, but life has been pretty hectic here the last couple of weeks. This is probably the dirtiest it will ever be. Gross. This makes me cringe every time I look at it. So I have gotten an insane amount of requests on my cleaning products as well as my cleaning process. So I figured I would just record another washing video. I titled this one as a washing video so people don't expect something different. Ignore that in the background. So yeah, I went ahead and a buddy of mine introduced me to this Microfiber Madness company. So let me turn this around here. So I went and purchased a few of their ultra thick pads. So I'm going to be trying those out on this wash. I do a lot of paintball videos, so I'm using kind of the setup that I used for those. So hopefully the audio is better. I turned off my dehumidifier too. Heater's still going, but right there. But I don't know, hopefully you can hear me better. Anyway, so I'm gonna film the cleaning process of the Jeep Trackhawk. And again, I know I've said this a few times, but yes, I do this in my garage. And one of the main reasons is it's minus, I think, 3 out right now here in Minnesota. But also my garage just gets destroyed with this, with the sand and stuff. So look at that. It's probably doesn't look that bad on camera. Oh, there you go. God, it's terrible. It's time to wash this guy up. So I'm gonna start with the wheels. So I'm gonna bring the camera over on the driver's side and I'll film how I do this wheel here. And then I will quickly do the rest of the car. I'm gonna do this one probably slightly differently only because it is pretty trashed. So I don't always use the foam gun, but I think I will this time. Just to get some of the salt and have that stuff eaten away. And again, I'm gonna use those new microfiber pads. We'll see how it works. When I do it in my garage, I have this shop vac that I use to suck up the water. So let me turn this around. So as I'm rinsing off the car, you know, the water falls off the car and it comes to the back of the garage just due to a natural slope. And then I catch it as much as I can right here before it exits the garage, so I don't get, you know, the frost heave and that and stuff. So it all gets put into the shop vac that I painstakingly have to empty out 4 or 5 times per wash. Depends on how extensive of a rinse I do. Let's go ahead and set this up. This is again my camera that I use for all of my paintball videos. Hopefully it works pretty well compared to what the other one was. I think I'll have a better battery life. All right, I should probably show this too, huh? I rigged this up too when I moved in. So over here I have heated and cool, or hot and cold I should say, softened water. So this is actually plumbed right to my utility room. So this is all softened water coming through into the garage. And I just have this front gate, 100-foot, whatever diameter hose this is, 1/2 inch or, yeah, I think it's 1/2 inch. So I just take that and that's my water source for when I wash. Even if I do this outside, I don't wash my cars in the garage in the summertime, of course, but I probably will. People don't know me personally. I mean, some people who are watching this, but I am building a home here, actually by my parents, in the next year or so. And in that, I'm gonna just do some crazy garage stuff. I'm gonna have lots of height, lots of width, some depth, drains in the garage. Maybe I'll make videos as that progresses, but yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I always start. Unwind some hose. I'm not gonna turn on the vacuum just yet because I don't want it to be too loud while I do this first wheel. Should probably turn that on the wheel. Damn. So I'm gonna start off by getting as much of the junk out of the wheel wells and off the face of the wheel as well as the tire as I can. A lot of it's gonna drop down here. That's gonna end up making its way towards the back of the garage. I hate Minnesota winter driving. So you can see already, I don't know if you can see the flow right down here. Let's see how that ends up just getting rinsed away and then eventually sucked through the vacuum. So it is kind of a nice feature, or not feature, it is a nice idea to do this because it cleans the floor at the same time. All right, so I rinse that down. Starting to run out of this rubber cleaner. We'll just do some of that. It's okay, I want to use that stuff up anyway. And then I'm going to grab some of the Ammo Plum Cleaner. I should have done this before I hit record, sorry. Get some of that soaking. I do only one wheel at a time because I don't want the stuff to sit on there for too long. There's my bucket. Right. Wheel bucket. Yes, it has a grit guard. Let me grab some Brute wheel soap. So the first stuff I sprayed on there, let me bring this up a little bit, hang on. All right. First stuff I sprayed on there was Ammo Plum wheel cleaner. It's kind of like a de-ionizer. Am I saying that right? De-ionizer? I don't know. It sprays it on, you can see the solution activating to purple. That just means that it's connecting with the iron that it wants to remove, and it's, you know, you can see it, I guess, working. All right, so I'm gonna take some Brute wheel soap, do a couple squirts in here, get that frothed up. Stuff works really great. I'm very particular, I guess, with what products I use. I have certain products I use for cleaning, certain products I have for perfecting or polishing, and I've tried so many different products that I guess I've just picked a favorite. All right, so this here, this is one of the things I wanted to try. This is the Microfiber Madness ultra soft wheel brush. That looked pretty interesting. Ooh, I haven't even opened these things up yet. So this is used to get inside the wheel barrel, I think it's called. I got this one, which seems to be pretty thick, and I got, because we got a lot of sports cars with those like carbon ceramic brakes. So I got the flat also, and I think the only difference is well, I mean, just like the name, you know, it's flatter versus rounded. So this one's, you know, like I don't know if you can see the difference. Obviously you can, there you go. So see, this one's flatter. I think it's more for the tighter spaces. So we'll use that one. And then I'm going to use my wheel woolly for the wheel wells. Got the lug nut brush. And I don't know where my tire brushes, so I'll just use the lug nut brush. All right, like all that crap coming off. So I'm gonna try this thing first. This is the Microfiber Madness flat. Oh yeah. So that's able to get between, I guess the other wheel woolly I have does this also. This one just seems like it's doing a pretty good job. So again, this is my wheel bucket. This is all gonna get cleaned off and not used anywhere on the paint. And everything that's I'm scrubbing off right now, in theory, this is all, I was afraid it wasn't thin enough for between here. Anyway, everything that's coming off right now, in theory, should go to the bottom of the bucket underneath the grit guard. That did pretty good. That was pretty easy. I'll use this lug nut brush. I need some knee pads or something. Okay, use lug nut brush. I'm gonna try to get as detailed as I can in the wheels. Get all that salt and crap off of it. Some people use a mitt on the face of the tire, I'm sorry, the wheel, which is fine. I do that sometimes also. I have those finger lambskin mitts from Griot's Garage that I've favored in the past. I'm just using this because it's quick and simple, and it's 9 o'clock at night. I want to just get this clean so I can trash it tomorrow. So I'm not going to do too thorough of a job, even though it's pretty thorough to some. This isn't too boring to watch. I'm trying to go quick. All right, so there's the wheel, the face of the wheel. Again, I lost my tire scrubber. This here is just Griot's Garage rubber cleaner. Just made for tires and rubber, I guess. Should do a pretty good job. It's not as agitating as the wheel brush, but, or tire brush, I mean. That should do a good job. So the last thing I'm gonna do, take my wheel woolly and I'm just gonna gently agitate my wheel wells to kick off some of the sand or salt or anything that's eating at my air that I don't want to eat. Luckily I have this thing clear broad, so stuff like that just happened, I'm not too worried about. I am low key, I don't like it, but again I got that clear bra, so stuff like that doesn't matter. All right, so then I'm going to rinse it off. And see how that, you probably can't see it. All right, there you go. That's how I clean the wheel. And since I'm trying to use up, ah shit, it's locked. I'm trying to use up this stuff a little bit, only because I think I like the manually applied stuff. This stuff that's pretty good though. I think I like the manually stuff applied better. I think it lasts longer, so I'm just gonna spray that on there. Rinse it off just so the wheels can kind of resist. So here's what I'm talking about here. Hopefully you can see. So see how this water is all collecting over here? That's what I wanted to do, because from here, I'll turn on my shop vac and suck all this up. Just like that. So I usually would leave that on. Whoa, weird angle. I usually leave that on while I am cleaning, but for video purposes, I'm just gonna keep it off for now. So I'm gonna continue doing the other 3 wheels, and I'll turn it back on when I'm doing the paint. So now that I've washed 3 wheels with this Microfiber Madness wheel woolly, is that the right word? I thought I would just film me doing the last wheel and just talk about it a little bit. I really like it, so I'm glad about it. I think it's going to be a good addition to my wheel cleaning stable. So I just want to talk about it here real quick while I do this last wheel, and I guess my steps too. So again, I'm going to gross. I'm going to rinse off the wheel and tire first. Try to knock off as much of the crud and sand and dirt and salt and whatever else. Spray some of the, I know I've done this already, but spray some Ammo Plum on her. Get that nice and coated. Almost out of this Griot's Garage rubber cleaner, so I'm trying to use this up. All right. Yeah, so this woolly is, I like how thick the handle is. Maybe it's just me, but I like when, things that you grab are thick, like I like a thick steering wheel, for example. This has a nice thick handle to it versus kind of a skinny little rod. It's thin, and I guess it doesn't feel as nice versus this Microfiber Madness one that it just feels like, I guess it's quality. I like that they put the rubber hose on the on the braided part, so you're not going to scratch your wheel. And I also like this little guard. I've come in deep a few times, and that guard has saved my fingers. This thing does a nice job. I'm pretty positive, I'm not certain, but pretty positive I can take this deal off and throw it in the wash if I need to. All right. What's next? All right. How much of this is left? And this is the Griot's Garage rubber cleaner. Let that iron Ammo Plum soak in a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I like that wheel woolly. Anyway, this is my last wheel, and then from here I'll show you really the only bad part about cleaning in the garage, and that's emptying the shop vac. I have a slop sink in my laundry room. That's right inside that door over there. And I had a few times, carried the shop vac in through the mudroom into the laundry room and just dumped it down that slop sink, which works nice because I don't have to go outside in the cold and create a frozen lake in front of my driveway. But in the same sense, it sucks because I am then taking all the crap that's on the floor in the garage and I'm putting it down my drain, which I don't really care. It's city water. So it all gets drained to the same place, but I don't want to clog my drains. So it's just one of the things I just have to deal with, being cold for a couple seconds. Then it kicks on my garage heater too, which brings up my bill an insane amount this year. It's been a cold year here in Minnesota. We just had the Super Bowl yesterday. Hosted here, and I think it was like negative 2 outside, which it is what it is, but it sucks for driving in cars. Okay, so I'm gonna rinse this off. I don't know if the camera, it's not even looking at it. Okay, can't see all the sand and dirt coming off of the wheel wells. Nice warm water's coming out. Take this Hydrolyte 2, spray it on the face of the wheel. Stuff does pretty good actually. I don't want to use it up because I just don't like silicone-based sealants are nice, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but this works super nice on the wheels. Doesn't last as long as I want it to, but it does make the cleaning process a lot easier. So let me show you how I do the emptying of this deal. So I'm gonna turn this on. That's gonna suck up everything. I'm gonna hope that it doesn't get too full, because if I open up this door or that door, whatever is still standing is gonna end up going outside. So I have it timed pretty good where I know how much the shop vac's gonna hold. But we'll see. I guess I want to do over here first, because I'm going to be opening up this garage stall. So you probably can't see. Well, you might be able to see in the camera, but see, the vacuum is picking up not only the water, but also all the sand that's being brought over to this side of the garage. So it's a win-win. All right, so I've sucked up all that. I'll show you what's next. I'm gonna grab my garage door opener here so I can just go in and out easily. What I'm gonna do next is I take the shop vac apart, and you can see, hopefully, this sucked up all the water and the foam. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the garage and try to not fall on my ass as I bring this outside and dump it in the streets. Okay, usually I'll stop it lower. I'll do that next time. So, here we go. Alright, so bring it right over here. Hopefully the mic is still picking me up. And I'll just dump it. And usually by the end of the wash, it's melted a lot of the snow. And it's found its way down to the sewer system. Okay. Right, so that's that. Get that back on, put the shop vac back together. And now I'm good. All right, so again, usually I don't always foam the cars, but this is just a quick basic. It's supposed to be a basic. The heater's gonna kick in. It's supposed to be a basic wash video. By basic, I mean just like what I would do on a daily, not daily, but weekly or bi-weekly basis. Sorry, I'm trying to get this deal set up. All right. So yeah, this is just you have to assess how dirty the vehicle actually is. And to me, it's pretty dirty, and I think it justifies a foaming before a wash. So I'm going to just quickly rinse it off and get as much of the, am I recording? Try to knock off as much of the, there we go, salt as I can. I should say this too, sometimes it works better if I prop the hose up so it goes at an angle where it sucks the water up, it ends up sucking more of the water up. Hopefully that works. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna, again, basic wash. So I'm just gonna rinse it down, trying to kick off as much of the salt and crud and road grime and snow or whatever else made its way onto my paint. Bird shit. Having this heated softened water makes a big difference because I'm just watching everything just fall right off. Damn it, I should have rinsed my buckets first. Oh well, I'll get that here in a bit. Rinse the top. Have to make sure you are pretty thorough in this initial rinse because this does knock down, especially if your car has a sealant on it, this does knock down a good amount of the dirt that's on the surface of the paint. Sorry, Jeep. Not sure if the video showed it before. Hopefully it's showing it now. I think there was a lot more sand and crud on the floor right here. Since I've rinsed it, you know, all that water that was on from the paint falls to the floor, ends up carrying it away. I like to do that area really well because a lot of sand somehow gets in here and it just sits until you remove it. All right, car's pretty rinsed off. I'm gonna bring the camera for this. Actually, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna rinse my buckets quick. Okay, got the buckets rinsed off and I got them sort of set up. Let's go down here. I got my rinse bucket with just clean water. I got my wash bucket that doesn't have anything in it right now because I want to get the foam in there on the car. I don't have a high pressure washer, so I just have this Auto Geek, connects to a hose. Put my favorite soap in there, Ammo Foam. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use a concentrated solution for that, but I don't have that. So that's why I just use a crazy amount of foam. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse the car down using the foam gun. Hopefully it's a good angle. I don't know if it is or not. Should I back this up? Let's back it up. Move this crap out of the way. Did I get the whole thing in there? Yeah. All right, I guess the whole thing. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse the car down with the foam gun, and then I'll start the washing process. This thing does pretty good. For just being a, generic hose attached foam gun. It does use a lot of product, which is good for lariat ammo, but not so good for me. That's okay though. Just buy more. So I'm coating the entire vehicle. Pretty thorough because this winter has been brutal so far. Especially on the back side. Yeah, look at that. We call that good. All right, remove the foam cannon. And while that's soaking in, I'm gonna get my buckets ready. And I used to rinse off the car after foaming it up, but I think that's not necessarily needed every time. I mean, if there was a time, this would probably be the time, but I think what was mainly on the surface of the paint was taken off with the foam that's now all over my garage floor. So I'm gonna get this going. I'm gonna do, again, ammo foam. It's my favorite soap. Zano's used to be my favorite, and it still is a really great soap, but I think, I don't know, so it's probably just as good. It just seems like quality soap. So a couple squirts of that, and then Ammo also came out with a, do I not have any? Here it is. And you get some more. He just had a promo for this stuff too that I did not take advantage of. Hopefully that's, there you go. Ammo Boost Winter Wash. Do a couple squirts of that as an additive. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be trying out these new Microfiber Madness pads. My buddy introduced me to these. They seem pretty nice. I've never used them, but actually no, I did. I used them on his car. But they seem like they're nice quality, so I wanted to try it on mine. I'm gonna, what's this? It's Brute Wheel Soap. Where's my foam? What the hell did I do with my foam? There it is. Okay, I'll take a little bit of, oh, that was, oh my gosh. Just a little bit of that, I put this in here. That really absorbed, all right. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of foam, put it on the pad, just to have it there. And on top of my bucket that I have the foam and the winter boost in. So you can see by the time I get to the car, a lot of that foam is rinsed off, which is fine. It's all pooling over there. You can probably see it on video. This stuff gets really frothy, which I like. So I know I said it 3 times now. This is just a basic wash. What I would do every week or every other week to my cars. All right. Ooh, this thing's got some weight to it when it's full. So I'm not even putting any weight on here. Wow, this thing holds a lot of product. Wow. That's really nice. So again, I'm not putting any real pressure on here. I'm just letting the pad do the work. I'm gonna squeeze it off right here. I just want to see how much. Wow. All right, so I do have grid guards in both of these. I'll squeeze out a little bit of the water because I don't want it to be all water. Wow. This is really nice. It's a good size too. You know, my hand, I have decently large hands, and you know, those ones I used in the other video of those gray ones from Griot's Garage, maybe just slightly smaller. But these fit nice. I think getting the tight area is pretty nice too. Wow. Sorry, I'm just thinking odd how much product these things hold. All right. Again, not applying very much pressure. It doesn't feel like I need to. Maybe it's because this pad weighs so much. Yeah, that's nice. It just glides nice. Wow. Okay. They keep going around. I should probably use those other pads I have for the lower parts, but I'll just keep using this. This time, I picked up a few of these, got some from my dad. Someone asked in a video if he has his own YouTube channel. I think it was the Aston Martin video. He doesn't, he just was filming that for his own, I guess, collection. This is a really nice pad. Sucking up all my product in my wash bucket. Whenever I go from, I mean, I know I can move the buckets, and I probably should. Sometimes I don't have that luxury. Either kids are running around or limited on space, like here. But anyway, when I go from one side of the car to the other, I always drip the pad over the paint, just kind of keep the surface wet so it's lubricated. I guess that's more important for the outside. I might want to do a little bit more weight on the back. All right. I did this part already, yep. I wish I had someone that can just follow me around the car so you can really see how much product is being put onto the surface of the car. I wonder if this is made out of all microfiber. Seems like it has like some wool to it. You know, wool is extremely absorbent. Throwing me off a little bit here. I feel like it'd be something I would benefit from either having a second I guess session for adding more product to the pad. I feel like I'm running out of suds over there. Maybe not, maybe it's just me. Well, that's probably because I'm not wringing it out, I can do it too. Alright, I'm gonna start doing the door panels. Start over here, I guess. Oh, wow. Again, I have this car clear broad, so I'm not gonna be too picky. That was just one wipe across the lower panel. I don't know if you can see that. Lower rockers. Oh, yeah, this thing holds a lot. See all that dirty water coming out? Get some clean water in there. Again, not pushing, not applying too much pressure. So that was just one, when you saw that. I'm gonna flip the pad over. I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, it's clean on that side now. Yeah, this thing does a nice job. Okay. All right. On to the next one. I'm not going to do way down below just yet. I will with this pad, 'cause that's what I'm basically filming this for. So I'm testing out this pad. Yeah, there's so many fibers in this thing that it just catches everything. That's impressive. Starting to get a little pool built up over here. It's okay, I'll film the how that works. I try to only do one panel at a time, especially when it gets into this dirty area. Because I don't want to, oh no, over my bike. The more you can rinse your mitt, the better. It's kind of like shaving your face. You know, you don't want to keep shaving without cleaning out your blades. Or you don't want to, I don't know another analogy I can use. Or just clean the window here. And a lot of this I'm just going to squeeze out. Have it run down the back, because the back is always the dirtiest. Man, I really like this pad. Should have used these when I first found out about them. I don't like trying too many new things. You know, there's dozens and dozens of car cleaning products out there. Some you can get at your local, Wally World or Walmart. I mean, call it Wally World, or AutoZone or any other car part store. And some you have to special order online, which, not saying those are better. But they're generally more, from my experience, unique. Is that the right word? A little more quality to them. Some people around here carry some of the good stuff. Like you'll see like McGuire's polish at like a AutoZone or O'Reilly's or someplace like that. So it's nice to see them carrying the higher end product, but stuff like this you you only see online and on videos and forums and whatever else. I don't even know where I was going at with this. All right, looking good. We'll go around to the other side. Door panels. Okay. It's getting a little dry over there, so I just squeezed it off on the parts I didn't use or didn't do. Okay. Hopefully you guys like watching this stuff. I'm extremely passionate about cars and keeping them clean and looking nice and detailing them. And when that Camaro comes in, I'm going to clear brow the entire thing. And I mean the entire thing. You know, every painted part of it is going to have a piece of film between it and the outside elements. Because it's nice, you know, this hood, I wouldn't do that normally, you know, on the door, just because I'm OCD like that. All right, this is getting ridiculous. And yeah, a lot of the comments in that first Trackhawk video, yeah, I'm totally OCD, but you know, I work really hard for the things I have in life. Like a lot of people, you take pride in what you have and what you work for. And, you know, to me, cars has always been a big passion of mine. And now that I'm old enough to earn my own, and you know, not just cars, but I mentioned, you know, I do paintball, and even with my paintball equipment, you know, I take care of it religiously, and it works. You know, I've seen people's guns go down at events just due to lack of maintenance, and it's all preventable maintenance. You know, you can prevent a lot of issues down the road with your cars if you just, like in the wintertime, for example, here in Minnesota, it sucks. If you just maintain it, you know, once in a while. All right, so last thing I gotta do, this is bottom quarter panel. Anyway, so what I was saying is, yeah, I am OCD about my cars, and the Camaro is gonna be no exception because I have way too much money and time invested into that. Okay, I'm pretty sure I got everything. I was distracted with talking and whatever. I'm pretty sure I got it all. Let me do this rocker over here real quick. I think I missed that. But I mean, if you're watching this video, I mean, I assume you either are curious about, you know, this new guy on YouTube. I guess I'm not new to YouTube, but you know, I'm new to showing this side of me. Or you're curious about the Trackhawk, or curious how someone else does their own cleaning. But everybody has their passions. Everybody has the priorities of what's important in life. One of my priorities is cars and keeping them nice. Okay, hopefully that wasn't boring and long. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn on this vacuum. I'm going to rinse the car off. So let's set you guys up like that so you can see how this works. I'm gonna hold off on rinsing. The rest of this, I just did about half of it because this vacuum, I think, is about to be full. So let's just keep on filling this vacuum up, and then I'm gonna empty it. Because hopefully you can hear me. Because I don't want the vacuum again to get, it's gonna get full. I don't want it to get full and have me open up the garage. And that's what's about to happen. No! Damn it. All right, so she's full in that case. Let's see here, well, most of the water, this is mostly foam. All right, I might bring this inside to dump because it's too much water in the garage. So in that case, I do the same thing. I take this thing apart into my house and drag it through my mudroom. Okay. I don't know if the mic will pick me up this far away, but I'm going in. Okay, I'm gonna grab the camera. So once in a while I have to bring the vacuum inside to empty it out. So in here I got my mudroom. This is where I just rinsed out all these tools. Just put those to the side for now. Put them in the garage. All right. Here you see all the stuff that comes off of the floor. It's not as dirty as it's going to be after this. Probably the third time it'll be pretty dirty. And most of that's clean water. Gotta rinse down this foam, otherwise it's just gonna fill back up right away. That's why it's nice to do this outside, because this foam just goes away as you dump it versus having to rinse it. All right, so when I'm bringing it inside, damn it. There, when I bring it inside, that's what I gotta do. Let's see if I can do this. I'll drop it in my camera. All right, back outside we go. Alright, so I'm going to plug this back in, and now that it's empty, I should be able to finish rinsing off the car and not have to worry about this filling up. I mean, maybe, I don't know. That should be fine. I'm not going to do the Hydrolite 2 on this. That doesn't cause for a second rinse. So here we go. All right, man, this thing cleans up so nice. Rinse from the top to the bottom. There's no point rinsing the bottom. See, I'm sure you can see studs on that side. I should have came over here and rinsed the top first. because you want all that stuff to rinse from top to bottom. There's no point in rinsing from the bottom to the top, because then all the stuff that was on top just rinses to the bottom. I put animal skin on this vehicle maybe a month ago. Holding off pretty well. You know, I should just have the back. Okay. So while this is all done being rinsed, I'm gonna try to suck up some of this sand since there's water on the floor. Oh yeah, it does such a nice job. See, it's the foam that does it. So I just emptied out this second stall over here. Yes, this thing's full now. I just emptied out the second stall over here, so now I'm clear to keep this stall like that. And open up this one, because everything's traveling over here. So I'm gonna run this out quick. So now the snow melted out here. Oh, this is gonna freeze over now because the hair's a little wet and it's starting to freeze over. All right. Okay. Yeah, my hair started freezing. Alright. Oof. How cold is it? This camera's so much nicer to film with because it just keeps recording. The other one stops after 5 minutes. Let's check the temperature quick. Oh, it's not too bad. It's only 4 degrees. All right, let's proceed. I'm gonna turn this off while I clean up all this water. Finished sucking everything up. took me maybe 2 minutes. This guy might need to be emptied here pretty soon. So now what I'm gonna do, so again, basic, I've said this like 4 times. It's basic wash. I didn't do things like with the gas, the gas cover. I didn't clean out the exhaust. I didn't get too detailed on the door jambs and things like that. Let me shoot. But I did make sure I got, the important stuff just something to get me by, for the remainder of the week. I hate coming out to my car and seeing it trashed. Because, you know, I talked about, you know, maintenance. If you maintain the car, you know, clean it every week, it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to look a lot nicer. Ah, shit. Okay. It's going to look a lot nicer than it will, you know, if you let it sit for 2 months. One thing I forgot to do, I always spray, especially in the wintertime, I always spray my undercarriage. So, just to knock off some of this crap. It kicks up under there. Move on the other side quick. Yeah, around my car, there's not much sand. It's all either picked up or it's traveling down the backside of the garage to get picked up, or it's sitting underneath the Jeep. Sometimes what I'll do at the end is I'll go around and I'll just spray as I vacuum like this. Oh, you might be able to see it. Kind of vacuum, and like there's a bunch of crap right here, for example. If there's no water there to suck it up, I'll spray as I vacuum, but I don't need to do that because there's enough water there. Okay, worry about that later. Next, I dry the vehicle, and I've learned that having air is a pretty good tool. So I went out and I bought this 40 volt Ryobi blower. 40 volt because it's, you know, it's higher voltage, so it's higher, I guess, blowing power. And I don't necessarily dry the entire vehicle with this, but I will dry a majority of it, especially if you have some type of sealant on there that I guess makes air drying really simple. Come on. So I just get the door jambs, the windows, the mirrors, these little emblems here. I get all the seams that water seems to be trapped in. So in the front here, I don't know if you can see me or not, I can't see. There's these little honeycombs vents here. So I also spray inside there. Again, I'm not looking to dry the vehicle with this because you need to have the paint be a little wet for the hydrolite. Ammo's hydrate. Ammo hydrate. You want to have the paint a little bit wet for that. Okay, so I got the car dried to my liking. Now I'm gonna take my towel and some ammo hydrate, and I'm gonna dry the car off. I just got these from Larry. This little red towel. I can actually dry the entire vehicle, assuming I washed it properly, with this one towel. So what you do here, again, ammo hydrate. Stuff works really great. It's basically a drying agent, or yeah, it's kind of like lotion for your skin. Spray the towel, and then you do a panel. And you're not cleaning the car, so you don't need to scrub. You just kind of come through and pick up what water you can. That was just a little panel, so I'm just gonna keep doing this one. And then you want it to have kind of like that smeared look. You know when some people dry their car and they, whoops. Damn it. Get rid of this. When you're drying your car, you don't want to, you're not scrubbing or you're not cleaning your car, you're drying it. So you don't need to apply tons of pressure when doing so. Those pads did a pretty good job. I know I said it during the video, but I didn't apply much pressure to them while washing it. Did a pretty good job. All right. So I can still see little streaks as I'm drying. I'm pretty sure that's what you want. I noticed that this stuff doesn't react too well with windows, so I'm not going to spray my towel as I do the windows, because I have that Griot's garage glass sealant on there, and B, I've noticed this stuff again, it doesn't like glass too much. So I'm going a little faster than what I normally do. Usually I'd be rotating this more. A fuzzball. All right. Little fuzzballs on here. I really wish I had a camera guy that can follow me around on this. This hydrant does a really wonderful job. So kudos to Larry and his team, or just him, and I guess I don't really know, for making this stuff. Let's see if I can zoom in, get this on film, on how exactly you want it. Let's see here. I don't know how important this is to you all, but I think it's pretty key. All right. Spraying the towel. Where are we filming here? Okay. So you see how you can see that water line? See how it slowly went away? That's what you want. You don't need to polish it or scrub it or whatever that you would most likely do with like a cotton towel. You want it to have that haze. See if I can get around that one more time. See that? And see how that just slowly evaporates or goes away? That's how this stuff works. From what I understand. I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. But that's how you're supposed to do it. Let's back that up. Okay. When the towel gets saturated enough, that's when you wring it out. I have not gotten there yet. Pretty sure Larry actually saturated his towel before he started drying it. Drying the vehicle, that is. I've actually even sprayed it right on directly to the paint just to save time. So I'll show you what that's like. Again, I'm not sure if that's the proper way or if it's a bad way, but it's something I've done a few times actually, just to, you know, you're in a rush and you want to save time. Instead of monkeying around with the towel, you just fold the towel and spray the paint. So I'm going to film that. So for example, I'll just do that and I'll rub it in, not putting a large amount of pressure on it. Basically, I'm just putting enough to where the towel doesn't fall onto the floor. Let's see here now, I'm getting up some of these more wet areas. The towel is getting a little bit more filled with water. So at that point, you just wring it out. So you probably can't see on the camera, but you know, this panel is wet right now. Just how the hood was. Alright. And that'll all dry perfectly. Alright. I always double check the towel as I'm doing these lower parts in case I missed anything. Again, I don't like the stuff on the windows, so I won't apply it to the windows. Okay, so I'm almost done with this. And I'll go to the back side, which I take pretty good detail to, because again, that area is the dirtiest always. Pisses me off. That's one thing I miss about my truck, is that my back window never got really touched by dirt. Okay, almost done with the outside of the car, and then we can move to the inside of what I consider a basic wash. Actually, you know, we'll just do this on the outside. I'll do the inside for another video. Because I don't want to bore people too much with this. So yeah, we'll do a secondary video of the interior. Okay, I gotta fold this. Still does a nice job. When I'm done with the exterior, like I am about now, I just need to do the top. I'll save this towel and I'll keep it to the side, and I'll use it for any, you know, time I see a drip before I drive it. You know, sometimes, you know, water, you try to get it all with the blower and with the towel, but sometimes, you know, the water ends up getting in places that you just can't get to. So it'll drip, and tomorrow morning I'll probably have a couple drip marks here or there. I can't quite get the top. There you go. I see, it doesn't take much. With this hydrant in here, you just basically take the towel and have it pull across the surface. All right. All right, so I'm gonna take this towel. Actually, you know what? Scratch what I just said about keeping this. That's right, I take a different towel and then do that. So now what I'm gonna do, open up all the doors. See, these door jambs here were filthy before. And now they're not too bad. God, I hate how shit gets in there. So I'm opening up all these doors. What time is it? Let the stuff drip a little bit. And I will dry the door jambs with the same towel that has a little bit of hydrate in it. It's used on the exterior. And I'll use this towel to dry the door jambs. Not getting too thorough. I'm trying to do this quick. It's a little bit after 10 o'clock at night right now. I'm gonna do that door last because it's kind of dirtiest. Had my oldest begged to go to the store the other day, so we took this. I think some people tend to forget to do the door jambs, but you have to remember how important it is. Brings back the whole maintenance topic I was discussing earlier. You know, if you maintain and do your door jambs every single time, you're gonna have a lot easier time cleaning it, you know, over and over again. Again, it's kind of like shaving your face. If you just maintain it, if you're that, you know, if you're that style of guy who wants a clean shave, you know, if you keep it shaved all the time, it's a lot easier than trying to shave an entire beard. Same thing goes for the car. I think the door jam is one of the most important parts too, because especially in older vehicles, that's one of the first areas where you potentially could get rust, and then it could corrode and your seals end up not performing properly. And then before you know it, you're gonna have to replace those. I've never had to do that because I always maintain it or trade the car in before it gets too old, but so now that I've used this towel on the door jambs, this towel will not touch anything again. I mean, you can see all the crap coming off. So in a real big thorough wash, I'll actually take my brush and I will clean these door jambs specifically, but this will get me by for now. Okay, can't forget way down here, that's where a lot of the water and stuff collect. All right. Clean this mat off. I bring my dogs to work with me, so they get sand and stuff in the back here. This towel's wrecked already, so that's Dunsky. All right. Next, what I will do, boring, I'll just dry the wheels and go around with another towel with some Zano Z6. And I'll do a little touch up of the paint. Yeah, so then from here, I'll move into the interior, but I'm gonna end this video here because battery's half dead and it's now 10:18. Gotta finish this up, so appreciate you guys watching. I'll make an interior cleaning video here right now, but if you have any more suggestions or if you ever are curious to see what other products I use, leave a comment below. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. You know, people like me, we make these videos for you guys, and we want not motivation, but we want a reason to, I guess, you know, take the time and buy new products and put the camera up and film yourself doing what you would do anyway. But you know, it's nice to have, I guess, the support. But oh well. Anyway, appreciate it. Yeah, I guess just stay tuned for more videos. Thanks, guys.